participation in the tourism sector. And lastly, the different opportunities that are available for young people to participate in the value chain in Mpumalanga. Over to you, Ms. Nkambule.
Thank you so much, Ronga. We really appreciate the opportunity that has been given to us as the Mpumalanga Tourism and Parks Agency. And we're very excited to just give a bit of a background about who we are. And obviously, we are in the tourism sector. We are a destination marketing agency for the province in Mpumalanga, and we are a public entity that reports to the Department of Economic Development and Tourism within Mpumalanga. So our job is mainly to look at the promotion of tourism within the province, but also to look at, we've got two basically core mandates, tourism and biodiversity conservation. Hence, we are called Mpumalanga Tourism and Parks Agency. So we don't only look at the tourism aspect of it, but we're linked to the side of biodiversity conservation. So hence the dual mandate. And today, mainly I look at the tourism side. Within our tourism mandate section, we look at the promotion of tourism, which is marketing Mpumalanga as a preferred tourism destination. We obviously don't do that only as in Mpumalanga. We are promoting Mpumalanga within South Africa. So hence, when we go internationally, we fall under the South African tourism because we're promoting South Africa as a country. But in this sense, our efforts are looking at promoting Mpumalanga in terms of the tourism offerings that are there within the province. But we also look at the tourism development side, where we provide assistance in terms of those people who want to start businesses within the tourism sector, people that require assistance in terms of tourism safety. As you know, safety is a key element for us in terms of ensuring that people that come within the province are safe and are well looked after. And that area that we do in terms of tourism safety, we work with the different law enforcement agencies within the province, your SAPS, your traffic. But we also don't do that alone because we've got the involvement of the private sector as well, your private security companies. So that is one of our functions within the tourism development program. But we also do tourism registration and information, where we look at providing information. We've got information officers, and we work in different parts of the province. We work with people who want to venture into tour guiding. That is one area that we also look at. So our biodiversity side also provides the management of wildlife. So we've got nature reserves, which are tourism products in their nature because they provide accommodation, they provide an experience that tourists can be able to explore when they visit Mpumalanga. So we've got a vast number of nature reserves that are scattered throughout Mpumalanga, and each one offers something unique for a traveler. So our efforts are mainly at ensuring that our tourism facilities, in particular the nature reserves, provide the authentic experience that a traveler can get when they visit Mpumalanga. And these, I'm talking about attractions like your typical God's Window, your Blade River Canyon, your Manyeleti, your Lost Cup, you name it. We've got the first World Heritage Site in Mpumalanga, which has been declared by UNESCO, and it's called the Babaton Makonjwa Mountains World Heritage Site. It's based in Mpumalanga, so that gives you a bit of a heritage in terms of the history, the heritage that we have within the province. But we also have culture, which is one of the key attractions within the province. If you look at the province, we've got different cultures. We've got the Swatis, you've got the Ndebeles, you've got the Shangans, you've got the Tongas, quite a number of variety of cultural experiences. But I think when we look at the opportunities, I mean, tourism is one of those sectors now that we try as much as possible to bring the youth to come on board. And there's different opportunities that are there. You've got people that study tourism at university or wherever, In some, I mean, the interesting thing is that now tourism is even offered at high school level. So tourism, some people study tourism, but the different offerings or opportunities that are there, people can be, you can decide to be a chef. It's within the tourism platform. You could do housekeeping, you could do hospitality management, you could look into transportation. Hence, we've got people that are tour operators that run transport services, where you need to get a transport that will take you from one place to another, where you group packages are put together by these tour operators, where they encourage people to travel. And if you've got young people that are interested in that particular business, it's all good as well. You've got people that are more interested in the food and beverage sector as well. You've got people that are interested in accommodation. So the opportunities are vast, where we encourage young people to venture into these areas. Earlier on, I spoke about tour guiding. Obviously, there are processes in all of these things. There's training that needs to be considered, where we get in touch with different service providers to assist in terms of training the young people, to provide them with more knowledge of what is required within the tourism sector. And I think most of all is that we, as the Mpumalanga Tourism and Parks Agency, we also offer internship opportunities or job opportunities for the young people, where, for example, if you are a graduate in tourism, maybe you've got a tourism qualification, we provide internship opportunities where you could be placed in some of these tourism businesses, whether we place you in a guest house or hotel, because we don't work on our own. We work together with the private sector, so that opportunities that come out, we are able to share with the young people. And we use, obviously, our social media platforms. We engage with the private sector through regional tourism organizations. That's how we categorize them, where we are able to say what are the opportunities that are there, that as businesses that they would offer. And you find that some, for example, accommodation facilities that are looking for young people that they could employ for a period of time, or if whether temporary or permanently. So you could be based in a hotel, or you could be based in a guest house, or you could be based in that particular place being a chef, or you could provide transport. You link up with the facilities, and you're able to provide touring experiences for people that want to travel around the province. So the opportunities are vast, and we really encourage that the young people could be able to take up these platforms and work closely with us. I know that currently, in terms of employment numbers, we're not looking good, but we, like you said earlier on, in some instances, somebody has probably studied, they've gone through a phase of learning how to cook, but we can be able to assist and link you up with the different businesses. But one more thing that I want to bring in is that as the MTPA, we try and participate at different trade shows. We call them trade shows, or exhibitions or platforms where we invited, whether through government or through service providers, in terms of providing career opportunities, where we go there as we delegate team that works with within the awareness function, to be able to provide information and guidance in terms of what opportunities are there for young people to explore within the tourism sector, but also looking at the biodiversity conservation area, so that people can be able to know. You've got some people who maybe want to be a field ranger and work within a nature conservation environment. You've got people that maybe want to be botanists, that look at plants, learning about plants, or you've got people that want to do geology. So the opportunities are vast. So tourism and biodiversity work together. So we ensure that in our efforts in terms of marketing, but we also go out, not just promote Mpumalanga as a preferred tourism destination, but we also provide a platform for young people to engage with teams, so that they know more, and they can be looking at opportunities coming every year. adverts come in, but also through that way we promote the destination, but also promote the products that are on offer, but also the services that can be provided to the young people. So the young people are the future, and we really encourage them to go out there and explore what tourism opportunities are there for them. We are available on all social media platforms, and we are available to go to different areas where we can share information about the services that we offer. I think in a nutshell, that's what Mpumalanga Tourism and Parks Agency is about. Those are the services that we offer. Our door is always open. We want to see the young people grow into this tourism sector. Thanks, Moronga.
Thank you, Kulu. And please stay on the line, because young people are going to express a lot of interest through their questions on our Facebook page as well as our YouTube page. And I would quite love for you to still be on the show to be able to engage them on all the opportunities that you have raised. I look forward to being hosted by the Mpumalanga province in my future travels as well. I will now hand over to Ms. Pina Mutige so that she can just highlight for us what it is exactly that they are doing at their travels, and how Soul Travel Solutions can benefit young people. And lastly, also, what are the opportunities that are available for young people in the tourism sector? Ms. Pina Mutige?
Afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much, Moronga. As I've been introduced, my name is Fina Mutige, and I'm from Soul Travel Solutions. So what Soul Travel Solutions do is, we are a young travel and tourism company, which is formed and led by women. So we started operating in the height of COVID-19, and this is where the world was not traveling, but only traveling domestic. So international travel was closed, and we were all traveling around our province just to explore. So there was an opportunity for people to actually explore what other provinces, or what their province actually has, as they were not now opting for international. So that's where we saw the gap, and we grabbed it. So we've been in the tourism industry for over 15 years, and we thought maybe this is what we can do to just bring in a different feel onto tourism on the at the area that we're based at. So we put together packages where we give them to different audience. So it could be young people traveling, it could be elderly people traveling. So we actually do customized products for that. And actually, at the same time, we need to make sure that these are also educational, and people go out knowing a lot of things from the tours that we actually offer to our clients. So the company is fully operational, and we offer a range of services in both tourism and also travel spaces. So we book your air travel, we book your accommodation, we book your car rental, we book packages, and we also do transfers from your hotels to where you want to go. So how young people can actually benefit from this sector, it's through the first thing that we feel like it would work is collaboration, because you come into the industry with no experience, and while you are learning, you would actually learn more from people that you collaborate with. So if you get to a company, for example, you come to Soul Travel and you say, how can we collaborate with you? Through the experience that we have, we can actually work together with young people onto how they can actually increase sales in their company, give them what we've learned from their previous experiences. So travel and tourism is one of the biggest contributors in the job creation globally, and anything and everything can easily be turned into tourism. So from music, products, there's a lot of things that people can turn into tourism. So I feel like there's a space for young people in the tourism through innovative collaboration, products in the rural corners of SA need content creators to actually come and collaborate with them and take those products globally, like to the global platforms. So I feel like everyone wins. So it doesn't have to be you coming from school and not knowing what you can do. So it could be from your tour guide, it could be from you being a tourist guide in your area. I think the first person that spoke did mention that you don't need an education to be in tourism, but you need to go to school. So you could do tourism, you can be a tourist guide, you can be a tour operator, which obviously you need a driver's license. You can do hospitality, you can do homestays experience from your yard. So those are the benefits that people can actually explore. And you can also do local packages that tour operators can actually come and buy from you, because the nice thing about it is the area, you've got the home ground experience, so you can actually put on packages that you can actually say to a tour operator, listen, if you bring tourist guys into my area, this is what I can sell to you. And there's also value chain in a sense that you can sell toiletries to hotels. You can sell branded water to hotels. So there's a lot of opportunities that people can actually grab in the tourism space. And there's also
That's amazing, Pina. Oh, okay. No, just you can end your sentence. I'm so sorry for interjecting.
Not a problem, not a problem. So I was just saying there's also work placement experience that SANParks also spoke about. So yeah, in a nutshell, our culture is rich, it's diversified, and tourism is everywhere you look. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'm quite intrigued by what you just said about young people knowing their local environment and creating their local environments as travel destinations of choice. Earlier in the year, the office had an opportunity to travel to Brazil, and I was quite intrigued to see how in the town of Piracicaba, the whole ecotourism has taken such a central role that at a river, Nuka young people and various entrepreneurs in Brazil have ensured that there's an entire eco-tourist festival of restaurants there. There are t-shirts, merchandising there. There are all kinds of activities. Photography is offered there for tourists who want to take pictures nearby the river. A river, just like many rivers that we have here in South Africa, has been turned into an entire ecosystem of tourism, and has ensured that the people of Piracicaba can flourish through various elements of the tourism value chain. So yes, young person, you don't need to have a particularly formal education, but your ability to be able to see the opportunity in the various elements of nature that present themselves to you in your area can actually cause your town to boom and can cause you to be the solution to the high challenges of unemployment that we see in our country. But not only that, what comes to mind is another statement that you made, Pina, is that we are rich in culture. So many countries have focused their entire tourism attraction on coming to see the culture of the place. People will travel from all over the world to see a temple. People will travel all over the world to come and see a village where statues still exist from a long time ago. So not only is it important for us to capitalize perhaps on our natural reserves as part of the ecotourism value chain, but it is also critical for us to be able to identify those cultural elements that make South Africa unique and outstanding to the entire world, and give them a highlight and a specific focus for the entire world to come and see. And this could be in your very village, up on the mountain or low on the valley. So don't be discouraged. Do your research, find out what other people are doing, and see how you can really spotlight your area as we fast track and try to accelerate, the work that is being done with regards to tourism all over the country and throughout the world. Next up, we have Ms. Talia Mapulo from Black, White, and Purple Travels. Pina, don't leave forever. Just pause a little bit. We are going to ask you to come back and be with us just a little bit later for the question and answer session, as we hand over to Talia Mapulo of Black and White Purple Travels. Maybe you can just give us an overview of what is Black, White, Purple Travels, and how did you get registered into the tourism sector, and what are some of people with regards to the potential opportunities that the tourism sector has. Every day when you are doing your work at Black and White Purple Travels, you say, ish, if only there was a service provider for this. If only there was somebody I could call for that, and you can't really stretch your business outside its scope, but you have identified all these various opportunities that link up to various elements of the value chain, and you would love to share them with young people so that they can know that there is so much opportunity available to them within the tourism field. Talia, over to you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for the brief introduction. And yes, I can definitely say that the previous speakers have all touched on tourism in a nutshell. I think everything has been highlighted greatly, because the tourism sector, like you're saying, it is interconnected, and it's a lot of culture meeting cross cultures, and the industry in and of itself is already evolving. There's so much to do, so much to learn, and we're really excited to be here today and to share those experiences with the youth. Just by way of introduction on my side, I'm just going to briefly present and project this slide. Sorry, Moronga, can you guys see the presentation on your side?
Andile, may you kindly assist us, please? But in the meantime, Talia, please be speaking to the presentation so that young people are able to, interact with what it is you are presenting to us.
Thank you. By introduction, my name is Talia. I am the managing director for a company called Black, White, Purple Travels. And yes, Black, White, Purple Travels is a new organization. We are also newly registered, and we have, it's primarily youth who run this company. We offer a wide variety of services, ordinary bookings, services, including, your foreign exchange, as well as your visa and passport arrangements and everything that goes into travel. Because while we recognize that when you are traveling, there are a lot of other administrative elements that tie into a single trip. So we like to ensure that all your trips are taken care of end to end. We are a team of 4 at Black, White, Purple Travel, so we're fairly new, and it is a new startup, small team, but we work very, very hard across the board. Having said what I've said about Black, White, Purple Travels, I would just like to share briefly as well with the youth that tourism rather is evolving, forever evolving, just like Miss Fina has highlighted. So it's no longer your standard going to a single or specific event to look at one thing. Cultural tourism is really, really taking the spotlight recently. There is golf tourism, there's sports tourism, and gastronomics, which is, relating to your food and your entertainment industry. That's also a form of tourism. And tourism, beyond just not knowing or not needing to have a qualification, if you
Hello, Talia. Please feel free to switch off your camera whilst you flagging the presentation.
And you need to make sure that you do your research as well. So it's important to identify what areas and what space you want to operate in. For example, we are a travel agency. So as a travel agency, it is important that you are accredited still. So you would register with your ASATA, which is the Association of South African Travel Agents. But suppose you wanted to go into hospitality and accommodation, then you would register with SIPSI, and then you would register with another association, for example, such as FEDASA. That is the Federated Hospitality Association of South Africa. And then if you want to operate as an inbound tour operator, for example, then you would register with SATSA. That is your South African Tourism Services Association. They specialize in inbound tourism. And if you want to operate as a tour operator where you are transporting tourists, taking them from various places to their destinations, then you would also need to make sure that you get your NPTR license, which is a certification obtained at the Department of Transport. But this is just a few of the various registrations that you can expect to need to do when you are in the tourism industry, because as mentioned, it's very vast, it's very broad. I mean, are you going into MICE? That's your meeting and events industry. Meeting and events industry, they also have their various, registration and regulatory bodies. So do your research, identify your markets, and take a position and a decision as to where do you want to operate and how. And if I was to give youngsters just advice when going into the tourism industry, don't be afraid to start your own thing. Don't be limited to, yes, employment and employment opportunities, it's great. But the age and the era that we're working in right now, we need to really try and step out of our own comfort zones. Tourism is not like trying to run a bank. It's not like trying to start your own Google. It's as simple as offering a unique product that is right there in your village, as the previous speakers have mentioned. If you're in tech, think about it. I mean, photography, art, there's space for tourism therein as well. Are you someone who knows how to cook? I mean, I know a lot of people who actually specialize in just hosting cooking fests in their home. So think of it as like an Airbnb type of setup, but instead of selling a room or an apartment, you just sell 2 hours of the day, cook up a fest for people who would love to taste your food, show off what you have, and make income from there. And you never know where that will take you. If you are someone who loves art, showcase your art, put it out there. And like Ms. Fina has highlighted as well, partner, collaborate. Tourism is so vast, you can never really there's never really too many people or too much of it. And with South Africa being such a diverse country, so many cultures, I promise you there's space for everybody. So take that leap, don't hold back. And if you need some information and guidance, I mean, Ms. Kulufelo has indicated there are many tourism bodies, including the Mpumalanga one, where they are there to guide you, give you information on what you can do. They are there to train you. They are there to empower you. And what I love about the tourism industry is that competition actually makes us all better. So it's not a matter of, oh no, you, oh no, them. There's no you versus me, because everybody is unique. So celebrate yourselves, sell what you have, sell yourselves. think about how you can take tourism to the next level, because that's what we do. We're the youth, right? I mean, yes, there are established ways of doing things, but there's always room and space for better. Find that better, and don't be afraid to show it off.
Thank you so much, Talia, for your beautiful presentation and also for being such a light and an example for young people to aspire to. Not many people have the confidence as well as the will and courage to be able to break out of their comfort zones and go into the world of entrepreneurship, particularly within the tourism sector. So, what makes us so excited about your presentation is that it shows that you had a lot of formalization hurdles that you had to, climb over, and you persisted, and through your resilience, you were able to overcome and finally register your company and operate within the space. This is just an example of how young people, through their own intentional and deliberate actions, can conquer the space and ensure that there's room for themselves at the table. So, dear young person, all that red tape that we are trying so hard to cut and break down, we have young people who have managed to ensure that they continue to overcome the red tape. So, and as much as we are trying to open up the market access for young people to be able to penetrate and have a seat at the table, we are also encouraging young people to push through and persevere to ensure that they are able to create a space for themselves within the various industry. And today we're focusing particularly on World Tourism Month. Now, the World Bank has statistics that goes to show that that people all over the world who start businesses within the tourism create revenues with regards to restaurants, tourism sites, and various other elements of the tourism value chain. This shows that ecotourism and tourism as a whole has a very large role to play with the economic development at a local level, at a provincial level, and as well as at a country level. So I hope for all the young people who have been joining us from our various platforms that you've been able to learn so much today, and you've been able to engage with the content that our presenters had. Ms. Kulufelo Nkambule, young people want to know, what did you have to study for you to be able to work in the field that you're working in right now?
Muruma, funny enough, I did not study tourism. I studied public relations. So I was in I'm in a communications field, and so it doesn't mean that because I had to study tourism to be in a tourism entity. And remember, in any company there are different skills that are required. I'm now in the marketing department, but my communication degree has allowed me to be able to venture into another sector, which is marketing, and they interlink. And the work that we're doing is currently to market Mpumalanga as a tourism destination. So it doesn't mean that you are stuck within a particular field. We all study different qualifications, but the skills are required within different departments within an entity. So you could have studied finance. There are job opportunities within finance, whether financial management, accounting, etc. So within my space, the team that I work with has got vast experience. There are people that did tourism, there are people that did marketing, there are people that are studying digital marketing as we speak. There are people that are doing all sorts of different things. So the experience that we gather from the different people that have got different skills have enabled us to give back to the entity that we work for. So we serve the people of Mpumalanga through the different skills that we acquired. So when somebody, like I said earlier on, you might say in your area there is nothing, but have you made an effort to contact your local tourism authority? Have you made an effort to contact us as Mpumalanga Tourism Authority to say, guys, this I've studied 1, 2, 3. I want to venture into the tourism sector. My passion is to do tour guiding. Then we can be able to link you with the relevant people that are specialists in that particular field to guide you and give you assistance in terms of what is required. You want to start a tour operating business. Have you contacted somebody who is doing the similar business to find out what challenges or what makes the business do well? What are the challenges that they're experiencing? So I think it's important to move out of your own comfort zone and expect something to come to you. You also need to take the initiative to go out there and do your research and find out what is available, what are the different offerings within the tourism sector. And I think Talia spoke a lot about the different services that are there within the tourism sector. It's broad. And I indicated some of the job opportunities that are there. In some provinces, you've got the hospitality schools, where people learn how to cook, they become chefs, they do hospitality management. So the opportunities, like I said, they're vast, and people need to go out there and find out information and find out. Sometimes it's also about, you've got a person that you know in your area who runs a tourism business. Have you gone out there to find out what opportunities do they offer for young people? If this is an interest that you have in joining that particular sector. So it's, at the end of the day, it's all up to us. Yes, jobs are not easy, but I'm saying that at some point we also need to find out. You've got people that say, you know what, I think in one of the comments somebody said, I've got a tourism degree and I finished my internship. But do people, throughout South Africa, we've got tourism authorities or tourism agencies like ours in each and every province. So to what level have you gone to engage those people to see? Probably there are other opportunities that are available that people can explore. Thank you.
Thank you kindly for all your various contributions. We had scheduled to have with us today from the Northwest Park and Tourism Board, Ms. Deborah Muketi. The Northwest is quite peculiar in the sense that they have, as part of their tourist strategy for the Northwest, a hotel school, both the Taung Hotel schools situated in the village of Taung, as well as the Mafikeng Hotel School, which are both owned by the Northwest Park and Tourism Board, and they feed the pipeline of various tourism structures, including hotels and restaurants, through training and capacitating young people through hospitality training at the Taung and Mafikeng School. Unfortunately, due to the fact that Northwest is hosting the National World Tourism Month celebrations tomorrow in Hartebees, they are unfortunately unable to join us, as there was an impromptu meeting with various stakeholders this morning that has overrun into our scheduled staylet. So hopefully we'll be able to send some of the interactions from the World Tourism Day celebrations so that young people can be able to know how various elements of the tourism sector interlink throughout the value chain. Ms. Peter Mutige, a young person is saying, look, I have a shuttle service. I only have 2 cars. Plug me. Squeeze it in industry.
That person has already been plugged. You know, as a running a shuttle, like for example, with 2 cars, and you're getting workload that needs you to have 5, for example, right? So, young person, I say to you, Google around, get shuttle companies that are registered with the department and work with them. So you actually need to sit, have a meeting with them, tell them that I'll be giving you so much work per week, and this is how much my rate will be. Obviously, you need to negotiate. So you can use other people in order for you to grow as well. So I've got more than 10 years experience in shuttling. So I know that even if you don't have your own vehicles, you can outsource. So it comes back to the collaboration part as well. So outsource and outsource right. So that's the only way that I can tell you, but you'll make it. You'll definitely make it.
Our Pina and outsource partnership is the new life. Collaboration is the new way of doing business. And even if young person, you don't even have a single car, you can outsource your entire shuttling service. Young person with 2 cars, go and negotiate rates and terms with other partners within various institutions so that you can work together to do more. Bana ba motho ba ngathelana tlhogo ya tšie ka Sepedi. So in that way, that is saying that in every part of business, there are many ways for us to be able to grow together faster and better through partnerships. Ms. Talia Mapumulo, are you still with us?
I'm still
Talia?
here.
Yes, we want to see you on screen. Young people, a young person is saying, look, I'm a startup too, but it's so overwhelming. How do I put myself out there? How do I brand myself? How do I market my business? Can you hold my hand? You know, all I need is a mentor. I'm not in the same business as you, but I'm drowning, sis. How can you give me a lifeline? What do you have to say to young people out there?
Yes, I'm not sure what industry you are in, but you know, when it comes to marketing and tourism, you can't underestimate the value of social media and technology and again collaboration, because that is where you get to meet other people. So something as simple as your Twitter account, you know, create a page that is for your business. It doesn't cost much. You just need to be creative about how you're gonna position your company. Use Facebook, create a page, you know, LinkedIn, and when you have the capacity, also create a website. And websites, you know, the traffic that you generate through your website will also help and go a long way, because a website will enable you to encapsulate everything that you have to offer, and it will also give you an opportunity to explain why you are different from everybody else in the space that you're operating in. And insofar as support, look, please contact me. I the contact number is on my website as well, but I'm happy to take your numbers, and you know, I can walk you through any other questions, or should you need any other information insofar as how to position yourself or where to position yourself most, because different industries will benefit from different platforms. So a chef won't use the same marketing strategy as a travel agent like myself, for example. So yeah, hit me up with your contact details, and like I said, mine are available, and I'm on Twitter as well, and I'm more than happy to chat with you some more if you need to.
Hi, you are the plug. You're the plug. Thank you, beautiful ladies. Oskolo, may you kindly open up your video so we can take group shots as we are heading towards our closure for today's session. I just want to appreciate each and every one of you, lovely ladies. I just want to appreciate each and every one of you for coming and setting aside the time, you know, to join us on today's Stay Lit with the Executive Deputy Chairperson. Our Stay Lit today focused especially for those who are joining it at the tail end on tourism, particularly as we celebrate World Tourism Month in the month that we are in, as well as, you know, spotlighting various careers that are available in tourism, business opportunities available in tourism, and how Mpumalanga, hey, the one that made it, you know, to our Stay Lit session, is the travel destination of choice. Now, if Mpumalanga says they are a travel destination of choice, you who live in Nelspruit, you who live in various villages in and around Mpumalanga, you who lives in a peri-urban township in Mpumalanga, how are you turning your kota business into a tourist destination? How are you turning your family restaurant into a tourist destination? How are you turning that big tree that only you have, in your area into a tourist destination? And how are you interacting with travel agents, with various shuttle service providers? How are you using technology to ensure that you're fast tracking your business and, shedding light to your wonderful town? I mean, the more people are coming into your town, or the more people are buying at your malls, are the more people that are buying, using your transport services, are more people that are sleeping there in order to get some rest and relaxation in the various accommodation facilities that you have to provide. So how are you spotlighting and profiling the place that you stay in as a travel destination and as a tourist area of choice? Thank you, Talia, for plugging us in. She says to you, look, if you can tweet for fun, if you can TikTok to dance for a challenge, you can most certainly do that to grow your business. Pina says, look, we are not in competition to kill each other. We are in competition to grow the industry. So how best can we collaborate together as various service providers within tourism to ensure that we grow? Ladies, give me a beautiful smile as our wonderful, she can't even assist us today. Let me see if I can get it right. All right, as we try to get a snapshot of today, thank you. I will be sending you our wonderful snapshot later on this afternoon for you to be able to share on your various socials. Thank you for making time for us, and thank you for holding out some advice, wonderful advice for young people and holding their hands in their various professions. Wonderful for you to be here with us on the EDC Stay Lit of this month, and look forward to interacting with you next time. Goodbye.